This is our manifests review module within the web application. It's got a number of features tailored towards reviewing vehicle manifests, their schedules, reassigning trips from one vehicle to another, unrouting trips, routing trips, unassigning trips. Here's just a dashboard of some summary metrics and a timeline of trips for a specific route 0. We also have a table listing of all the trips for the day that is filterable. You can come in, review the trips, edit or cancel trips as needed. I'm going to skip over and come back to trip reassignment, but we also have batch unassignment. If a vehicle goes out of service, if a driver can't come in, and a route is no longer serviceable, we can come in and unassign all the trips for this route, and we'll have to come back into this trip reassignment and we can manually reassign those trips as needed. Manifest review is more for a manager to review if any changes have occurred within a manifest. Changes would include a trip's addresses, if an address had changed, if a pickup or drop-off time had changed. It would be indicated no longer with a no change symbol, but with a warning symbol indicating that changes happened. You can also drill down into each of these routes and review the individual trips, and if any changes to the addresses our underlying client have changed, the warning symbol would pop up here. We also have tabs to review any unrouted or canceled trips for this day. Route scheduling. We have checks to ensure that we have enough vehicles in inventory to meet our route requirements. We have options to do single day edits to schedules or longer term schedule changes. So single day is if we know we can't service a route in the morning, we can come in and update the start time to be 12 p.m. and save any trips that fall before 12 a.m. for the day would be unrouted. They would be updated as being unrouted and need to be manually reassigned. We can also deal with longer term route changes. So if a driver's schedule changes and they can no longer come in on a Monday, we can come in and delete that route for every Monday within over a time period. We can also add new routes as needed if new drivers come on, and we can add new vehicles into the daily schedule. Reports. We have a number of reports that summarize information on trips, locations, how trips are billed, manifests for the day, productivity of routes, fare and funding sources, all sorts of things, where you come in here and you can select manifests and it would just give you an Excel file for review. Map just shows a listing of stops in an interactive map. So coming back to trip reassignment. So for October 10th, we're looking at just 2 routes for now, Route 0 and Route 3. We also have this bucket for unrouted trips, which we have none right now. So you can come in here, select the different routes you want to look at, and create the view. It's drag and drop, so within the view, you can change pickup and drop-off ordering. You can move Stephanie from Route 0 to Route 3, or you can move Stephanie to unrouted. Once you've made different changes, you can validate those changes. So you validate the route reassignments, and we have backend validation to ensure that pickups happen before drop-offs, that someone being picked up is not going to be impeded by a prior duration of a trip, so we're not going to be late. I've already run this route validation for these changes, so I'm just going to show you. So here we can see David Starr pops up as a validation issue on Route 3, so I'm going to go to Route 3 and look for him. So you can see he's being picked up, and then his drop-off has some validation issue. And here we've seen that he's going to be picked up around 8:55. However, his time window, which the time window surrounds his requested pickup time, is a little bit earlier than that. So we're going to be a little bit late picking up David Starr. So we can either come in and make edits to his pickup time, or just let him know that we might be a little bit late. The last thing we can do within this trip reassignment is if we just can't figure out a way to get things to work, or we've made changes that we don't like, we can regenerate the entire manifest with an offline solver. So the offline solver will take all the trips, all the available routes, and create an optimal solution by assigning those trips to the right vehicles. So you'd come in here, regenerate the manifest. We have tags for different manifests, so you can tag it with a name that's familiar to you and then run the solver process. So I paused the video and let the solver process run. It took about 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So now it gives a response showing that the auto regeneration was successful. So then I can come in and look at different routes I want to look at, and based on this optimal process, I might do some manual changes if